There you go. You hear that?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. I don't know if you've listened to any of these. Have you listened to any of these?
Yeah, I've watched some of the clips you put up. I know the
Oh,
sort of the
okay.
general gist.
Okay, cool, cool, good, good. I'll do a quick intro then. Which I always hate doing. Hello and welcome to Would You Rather, the podcast where you choose one thing or the other. It's pretty self-explanatory. Please say hello to my guest today, Glenn Paltrow. Haha. No, his name's Glenn Braley. Say hello, Glenn.
Hello. It's not the worst nickname I've ever had. That was Glendarella.
Glenn Dorilla. I've wanted to call you Glenn Paltrow for ages, and I don't know why. Um, yeah. So, what would you? This I always start them like this, Glenn. What would you consider yourself an open mic comedian or what? You tell me.
I'd say I'm probably bordering on semi-pro. I seem to be doing more paid stuff than free stuff, which is always
Okay.
nice.
So you believe there is a semi-pro in this world that we're in?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at sort of people like me and you that are promoting stuff and organizing events outside of just performing, I think that sort of feeds into it a little bit as well.
Okay. Well, because I was always under the impression that until you're like there's like I'm starting to change my mind a little bit, but when I started talking to people about this, it was like there was no middle ground. It was like you're either kind of an open mic comedian or you're being paid and you're a pro. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, there's semi-pro and everything, isn't there? Like if you bake cakes for your family and give them away, then you're an amateur baker. If you occasionally sell one, you're a semi-pro baker. I don't know
How
if
many?
that's the thing.
But semi-pros like yeah, I suppose you get paid for it, but you can't get paid enough yet to make a living off of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not replaced your day job.
Right, okay. So if we're going by, I guess if we're going by that, then that's true. But it just doesn't. I feel like if I were to go up to someone and say, "Hey, I'm a semi-pro," I wouldn't introduce myself as a comedian. Like if you met when you meet people, would you introduce yourself as a comedian?
Not normally, no.
No. How far along do you think you'd have to go until you started like being like, "Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm a comedian," or do you reckon that's like a social faux pas anyway? Because then people would be like, "Oh, really? Tell me a joke," and you'd be like, "Oh, I don't really want to tell you."
I think it's dicey because you're always setting yourself up then to elevate people's expectations of you to be consistently hilarious, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, that's a fair shout. I don't
Then
know,
once you're
man.
on like the telly and you can't really avoid it, then you can acknowledge it, I think.
Yeah, but I guess it's even then it'll be like when someone's uh what's his name? When Travis would be like, "Oh, I'm an actor," and they'd be like, "Oh, really? I haven't seen you." It's like they've seen every actor there is.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay. Well, because Paul McHugh, I guess, came out with which I guess is basically semi-pro, but for some reason I preferred the name of it. He came out with I'm a low pro, like a low, I'll get booked for
Low
some
pro, like
things.
I'm heavily compressed. I'm 720p.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
that's my
yeah.
rate, £7.20.
Like it's like you got a like you got a GoPro from a knockoff market or something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, yeah, no, that's just the question I always start on because I always wonder what because if we were like constantly doing like being full time gigs, it'd be like, yeah, okay, we're just comedians. But I think it started when I said I think Travis was on and I was like, oh, he's a open mic comedian, and he seemed a bit insulted by it, but I don't necessarily think it's an insulting term. Do you think it
No, but I
speaks to the
mean,
level, or
I think open mic comedian does, it suggests a level of talent that perhaps isn't particularly that good. I think
right?
one of the
Okay,
things for me that defines somebody as an open mic comedian is that they are always going to open mics and they'll travel miles to do gigs for free all the time rather than every now and then they'll do one. But I'm in a position now where I think I don't need to be
yeah,
necessarily gigging every week to make sure that I'm performing at a level that I'm happy with. So if
Yeah,
something
so
comes up and it's too far away and there's not enough pay to it, I just think, oh well, I'll leave that one for now.
yeah, that's a good shout. If there's little kind of benefit to it, what's you might as well stay home and write or something like that.
Yeah, or any one of a number of other things.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And then, or you've heard it's good, and then when you go, it ends up just being
Yeah.
six
Yeah, loads of
comedians.
people here last week. Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened. We always sell out. Oh dear, dear. Um, no, okay, all right. Well, let's get into it then. First one is horrible. Can you see the screen? You can see the screen, can
Yeah, I can screen them.
you? Okay, cool. Would you rather kill your father that you were, even though you were very close, or kill your mother even though you were very close?
I like the way that on this one they've clumped it together, so it's even though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most people that write these are definitely 14-year-old boys that have just taken a break from wanking, just like still hands still sticky. That's why it's together.
Yeah, it's written in crayon and submitted through some sort of AI character reader. So this one is a bit of an interesting one for me, really, because I've kind of got a free pass on this one because
Oh, that's
I've
true. Yeah.
really got one parent. So do I get a let? Do I go with, well, they're already dead, so I'd say mum? Or do I have to choose the one surviving parent? Or do we look at a hypothetical situation where everyone's still alive and I'm the ultimate executioner,
Can you
which is my
imagine?
wrestling name?
I feel like I feel like it would be so mean to be like, no, you have to choose your dad now because your mum's already dead.
You've got to make yourself an orphan. That's it. That's all you've got.
Uh, um, yeah, I suppose you do, didn't you? You've got that. But how old were you? How long ago was it when your mum died?
It was just over 13 years ago. Actually, no, just
13.
under 13 years ago, because it was a month after my son was born.
So what were you, late 20s?
Oh, no, no, I would have been 30 then.
Oh, okay. What are you now?
Look
You're
at that.
40. Yeah. What are you
Yeah,
now?
43 now.
Ah, okay. So yeah, I suppose it is one. I said let's go with the hypothetical that they're both still there then.
Well, I think having sort of gotten used to not being here, I'd probably have to go with mum.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird one to sort of try and compute, having had
Yeah. We should probably
these.
just move on, to be fair. This
Yeah, I
seems
don't
almost
feel this is
cruel.
particularly producing comedy gold. It's just morbidly introspective at this point, really.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, it just seems a bit cruel that I've continued to try and make you answer this question, doesn't it? No, but imagine she is alive. Um, sorry, sorry.
Remember
Yeah,
mother
okay.
stuff, Glenn, do you? Turn me into fucking Batman and make me kill my dad.
Well, you'll be happy to know that 68% of people think that they'd rather kill their mum, which I find strange personally. But
I think there's
you
a lot
know,
of weird Oedipal issues going on.
yeah.
And it's the only reason they want to kill their mum because they want to fuck their stepmum.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah, they want to get a stepmom so that they can So yeah, just Pornhub so they can.
That's it. That OnlyFans content isn't going to make itself, is it?
I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet from all of the incest porn that's on Pornhub. The uptake in people's mothers being killed, and then when they ask why, it's like because I just wanted a stepmom to fuck. Okay, cool. Right, yeah, okay. I'm glad we moved on from that one. Um, would you rather be sent to jail for life for killing a child and be guilty, or be sent to jail for life for killing a child and be innocent? Jesus.
Yeah, we're on a real happy one here, aren't we? It's not just would you rather you'd rather suck a tramp off for 100 quid or get fingered by a tramp for 50.
Yeah,
So one, I think it's got to be innocent, really, hasn't it? I mean, one
yeah.
thing I can never understand is those stories about people that have abused and murdered their children. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I would quite happily strangle my little fuckers, but
Just not to death. Just
yeah, it's
yeah.
just enough to teach them a lesson.
Yeah, it's got, yeah, I agree with you. I think it's got to be innocent, hasn't it? Because it's but like I don't know what you get in prison for killing a child. Is it the same as being a chomo? I don't think it is it?
Chomo, I'm assuming child molester, is it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not street enough to be down with the prison lingo to your extent, Sam.
Well, I know a few things. Uh but yeah, child yeah, for being a child, that's got to be worse, isn't it?
Yeah. I had an interesting thought the other day, which sort of loosely ties into this. You know how with like chilies, they've got the Scoville scale for how spicy chilies are.
Yeah.
I think we can have a Schofield scale for how much of a sexual predator you are.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything above one Schofield is dangerous.
No, you got Schofield is Schofield levels of danger. So like a medium level of Schofield danger is like you start kind of just pushing in line to see things, and then later on it's full blown fucking kids.
Low levels is you're found in a cupboard,
Yeah.
no explanation, just with a glove puppet.
Yeah. That's but there's got the it's a glove puppet, but it's got like a little name tag of the 15-year-old intern. Um okay, right. Yeah, it's got to be sent to jail for life. For be innocent. I don't see the it's going to be the same either way, but I don't see the benefit in being guilty for that. Wow, 38% of people. 30 so
If I'm doing the
38%.
crime, I want to do the crime.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go away an innocent man. What's the point of that?
Yeah, I really don't get that. I mean, like, if you're innocent, you've got a chance of being acquitted. But if you're
Yeah.
guilty, then
I didn't even think about being acquitted, to be honest with you. That was great. Yeah, yeah. That is a good point. Um,
I mean, the
right.
first thought was, I don't want to murder a child.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Are you sure?
But for legal reasons, that was the first thought.
Now it just seems like your first thought is I might be acquitted. Um, would you rather have a snooker ball dropped? Oh, okay. Would you rather have a snooker ball dropped from 10 feet onto your nipple if you're a lady, or testy, just one if you're a dude, or drop a bowling ball onto a random place on your leg and arm from the same height? So a bowling ball from 10 feet or a snooker ball onto your ball bag.
I think the person that's written this has got several scientific misunderstandings on the go, right? Because there's no way that the nipples are as sensitive as the bollocks, for one. And
Yeah,
number
yeah.
two, physics. You're going to fucking shatter. It's not like I don't get it.
I think
See, the problem that I've got is I'm such a pedantic fucker. I mean, I'm just ignoring the fact that they've misspelled testes for testis here because, we'll let that one slide. But I mean, the option that I would choose out of all the ones that are available would be to be a woman and have it dropped onto my nipple because I reckon you could shrug that off 10 foot of snooker ball. But a fucking
yeah.
snooker ball in the nuts from 10 feet, that's gonna
Yeah.
cause some serious issues.
I like how his name's this one's submitted by Dan Rather, by the way. They don't always put their names. So but I like how he's tried, like you've just said, he's tried to be inclusive, but he's like, what's just as bad as being hit in the balls with a snooker ball? Oh, I know, being hit in the nipple. Lady.
Love to see
Excellent.
the experimentation that he's done to prove this one.
They just, well, they say, don't they, believe all women, and some woman's been like, no, no, if you get hit in the nipple, it really hurts. And probably more than the testes. And he's like, yeah, well, she said it, so it's got to be true.
I don't think I've ever heard the phrase "believe all women."
Have you not? It's a hashtag.
Oh, really?
I probably yeah. Wait, actually, I might be making this up. So look.
Yeah, I think I'll go. I would have to go with nipple and be a woman, which is within my rights nowadays. So
Oh no, I made it up.
you have. I like the way you've
Yeah,
got "believe me now," which just makes me think of Ali G. Believe me
believe
now.
believe me now. Oh, okay. What do I do? Anyway, let's not look at my. I hope no one stops on that search history because I don't know what's in there. Um, what's okay? Yeah. Well, no, you're a man, so you have to choose the testy. It's either that or I think I might. I think I'd rather have a bowling ball than just break my arm. Have my arm broken or my leg.
Do you get to choose whether it's the leg or the arm?
No, it's just random.
But it's a random place on your leg or arm. So it
Oh, that's
suggests you can
true.
choose whether you go for the leg or arm, and the place is random. So it could like smash your shoulder, it could just break your wrist.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
In that case, I would go for, I think, leg.
Yeah, what part of the leg would you? I mean, if you could
Random.
choose the part, yeah, if you could choose the part of the leg, which fits you? It wouldn't be the kneecap, would it? That'd be like the worst bit.
Kneecap would be horrendous, and that's, it brings to mind the Troubles for people that are old enough to remember that one. I would probably go for specifically my left ankle because my left ankle at the moment is fucked anyway. So I think I might as well take a bowling ball there.
A bowling ball to the ankle. Yeah.
It's not very Skyrim. I used to be a bowler like you until I took a bowling ball to the ankle. And I get PTSD every time I walk into Mega Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. You see the sign and you're like, not again. Yeah, I think we agreed. Have I swayed you over to the leg and arm, or are you still the test or the testis? Testis.
No, I definitely wouldn't have a snooker ball dropped to my nuts.
Okay, all right. Let's go for I got a 43%. So more people would rather have a snooker ball to the nuts. Do some serious damage, but then I suppose I don't know.
You
I
don't know
suppose
how
it
many
depends.
women are answering that question. They're all just thinking, yeah,
Yeah, that's true. Oh
snooker
yeah,
ball,
because
that's the usual
well,
Saturday.
yeah. Threaten me with a good time. Snooker ball to the tit. Um, would you rather drink your pet cat's blood, or eat a cooked leg of your pet dog? Oh, okay. Jesus Christ.
There's
Now
no
this
option
one's
for raw dog leg because that would be weird.
yeah. Well, I'm glad they've cooked it because I don't know what you can get. Cats get the cat HIV, don't they? I don't know if you can get anything from that.
I don't think you can catch HIV from a cat.
Is it Fitz? Is that what it's called? Yeah,
Did
Fiv.
yeah. See, this is the same problem that I got with some things on my search history. Like I binge watched The Walking Dead because I'd stopped watching it in series two, and there was one episode where rats were like on fire and they spread a fire. And the first thing that I did was Google how flammable are rats? Like, how long does the rat burn for? And I thought there's no way I could explain that away.
How flammable are rats? Yeah, that's a good question. Um, Similar. So, although FIV is similar to human immunodeficiency virus (HIV), it causes feline disease similar to acute equivalent to AIDS in humans. It is highly species-specific virus that infects only felines. There is currently no evidence that FIV can infect or cause disease in humans. Oh, okay, well, how much cat? And then the second question is how much cat blood are we talking?
Exactly. I mean, from those two options, without a quantity of blood being specified, I think it's no-brainer to drink the cat blood rather than cripple a dog permanently. Because you could
Yeah,
take a very small measure of cat blood.
Yeah, yeah, a little
The
bit of
cat would
cat blood.
be annoyed but largely unharmed.
Yeah, man. What's a little bit of cat blood between friends? So it'll be
Now
fine.
you've got to check how much blood in a cat.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I will.
Knowing the internet, there's probably a video of somebody just like wringing one out.
Oh. 66 mils per kg. So that's very little amount of cat blood. There's not even 1 pint. So in a 4.5 kg cat, there's not even a pint of blood in it. 297 mil. What? Can you imagine that?
That's why vampires aren't having cats delivered to them each morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good shout. They'd need like, how many pints do we have? We've got like 8.
Yeah,
So they'd need like
you
10
need at least
cats.
16 cats.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's crazy, man. But
I've just got this image in my head now of a vampire with like 32 cats milling around, a whole like 2 days supply. It's like all the other vampires call me crazy cat man.
um, yeah, and then I guess how big's the dog? But then
But no matter how big the dog is, he's now a tripod.
that's true. But also I feel like, you know, the cooked dog leg is a better meal though, isn't it?
More satisfying.
Yeah, yeah.
It would also take longer to eat a cooked dog leg.
Yeah.
So you're
Also, like,
subjecting yourself to that experience for longer, which I think again steers me more towards cat blood.
I reckon the dog leg's gonna be more popular. I feel like people are gonna eat that because I feel like a lot of people in China probably play this.
You reckon? But it probably wouldn't be their pet dog that they were eating. It would be one of the livestock dogs.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Oh, it's a pet. Oh, that makes things harder. Yeah, that's true.
It's not
Um,
just would you rather mutilate a random dog or cat.
that would make it. I don't know if that makes it worse if you just walk around doing it with random dogs or you do it to a dog that you love. Nah, neither of them are good, are they?
I'd say random dogs probably makes you more of a psychopath.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because most people that murder people, it's always people that they know, isn't
Yeah. And where in this scenario, you've just got some bloke stood in a bush in the park going with a
it?
cleaver.
Yeah. Your dog just comes like on its 3 legs hobbling back. What the hell happened to you? There's just a guy with a barbecue, with a disposable barbecue and a dog leg.
Or it comes back walking on its hind legs. And I'm like, I seriously can't believe you fell for that shit again, just because he's got a tin of pedigree chum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, definitely cat barred. Apparently, as well, this was submitted by me. That's what somebody's it wasn't submitted by me. Oh shit, there's comments and stuff. This is the first time I've ever just known that there'd be comments or anything. This is crazy, man.
Well, now we're going to have to look at the comments for each one as well, aren't we?
We
I
will,
doubt
yeah,
you
but
have any comments on there.
no, I doubt there will be anyway either. Wait, what's that? It says there's one. No, there's no comments. Yeah. Oh, excellent, excellent. Oh, this has added a whole new world of the show. Right. So we're going. You said you want to go with cat's blood, yeah?
Yeah, cat's blood.
It's 50-50 that one. Um. Okay. This one's. Would you rather be known as a racist or be known as a sexist?
Think, I mean, if it was the 70s, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah,
Either
that's
one of
true.
those, you go in straight to the top.
Either one of
Um,
those, you're just a normal guy.
that's it. That's it's like the club comedian impression that I was doing on the way back from the gig the other
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I'd probably go for being known as a sexist.
Yeah.
So I
I
think that
feel like
there's there are some degrees of sexism that may not be as bad, like always opening the door. Chivalry in a way is sexism. Saying, "Oh, I'll take that for you." I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be operating on the level of "Oh, nice tits, love," and then slapping people on the ass.
uh, yeah,
But
that's
I'm
true.
trying to think of any sort of level of racism that I would find it easy to deal with.
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it? It's like so chivalry is like old-fashioned sexism, but then like old-fashioned racism that still happens today is something like the N-word. That's just not. That's just like when you look at those two on a scale, like something that could potentially be conceived as chivalrous or the N-word. I feel like that sexism is the much more likely thing to want to be.
Yeah, definitely. And I think quite a lot of people are sexist, really, from the point of view that like there's certainly a couple of years ago, I noticed that there was a hell of a lot of misandrism going on, and a lot of posts were, "Oh, men can't do this, mansplaining, blah blah blah," and all of that. And I had a woman. I used to work at Sainsbury's, and there was a woman going through the self checkouts, and she was in her like late 40s, and she just couldn't get on with it because she was fucking it up. She hadn't put stuff down.
Yeah.
And I was walking past, and she turned to the other woman that was running the checkouts, and went, "Oh, you can tell this was made by a man." So I just went, "Why is that, love? Because it works." And then walked.
Nah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. But it's like what's it called? So sexism only counts one way. Do you know what I mean? Like, so misandry doesn't count. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's just leveling up for women to some
Yeah,
extent.
yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah,
pisses me off, because they'll quite happily come out with that shit and things like men can't multitask, and that we're
yeah,
just meant to take it rather than just going, "Well, that's not." In my instance, being Captain Pedant, it's, well, that's not true. Nobody can multitask. All you do when you multitask is do two things at once worse than you would be doing them if you concentrated on one of them at a fucking time.
yeah, yeah. And that is why men don't multitask, and why we've done. Now, I was just going to go down a really misogynist road, but I'm not. I can't do
I was curious
it.
as to how you would try and round that off.
I was just going to go down there, and I've got a feeling that I don't get any female listeners anyway. But that would really kind of throw them out if I did ever even get one.
I mean,
uh,
the whole mansplaining thing pisses me off as well, because I get, obviously there are situations where somebody is trying to explain a concept to someone who is far more experienced than they are, but you can't generally. You've got to be very careful the way that you explain things in order to not be accused of mansplaining.
yeah.
And that annoys me, because what is the female equivalent of mansplaining? And personally, I think it's criticism.
Ah, that's right. Yeah. Criticism. Yeah.
And with
Yeah, you're right.
mansplaining, you tell people how to do something, they can eventually do it. They might feel a bit patronized. With criticism, they just tell you that you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're doing it wrong. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that too many times. It's
It
almost like
doesn't go
I'm
in
the
that
problem.
way.
Yeah, no, I did. Do you know what? Before I heard you talk about misandrism, because you do it as one of your bits, I'd never knew that it was a thing. I knew obviously that, you know, there has to be an opposite to misogynism, but I didn't know misandrism was like a, there was a
No,
name for it and
a
stuff.
lot of people don't know that, which is, it really throws me when I say, what is the male, what is the opposite of misogyny? And every now and then there'll be some smart fucker who will know it, and they'll shout it out. And it always blows my mind that somebody else knew that.
Yeah. But it's like on TikTok they've got this what's it called? Have you heard of the soft boy? Is it soft boy era? Soft boy era or something like that? And
I
they're
don't
like
think so.
drizzle. Because there's a lot of uh shit on TikTok about how men should be if they want to expect anything from a woman, and then basically
Or
they've
like
called it.
me, red pilly incel people.
Yeah. Well, no, this is from the women. So like this is how women say
Oh, the
men should
whole
be.
6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches thing.
Yeah. So it is like red pill for women, but they don't call it red pill because it's women and they can do whatever they want. But it's but then they've started doing, instead of the red pill, they've started doing a soft boy era, which is like they pretty much mirror back what those women are saying about the 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches thing, but things for a woman. Um, and they've been mirroring them back, and it's just though it's weird because it's only 1% of like the population of like doing it, but it seems like it's a lot more because it's all over social media.
Yeah, because it's getting views and it's divisive and it's sparking comments, so it's gonna always gonna get pushed out more.
Yeah. But yeah, so soft boy era is basically like um these these men acting like kind of bratty guys that expect to be paid for and stuff like that. It's actually very funny. I'd recommend checking it out. Um,
Yeah.
their tagline is usually like hashtag drizzle drizzle, which don't know. I don't even know what it means, but yeah, a lot of them are quite funny. But yeah, back to the question, probably sexist.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anything. Yeah, it can't be racist. It can't be racist. Um, wow, most what?
Most people
Wait,
rather be racist.
that is mental. What? Do you think that's indicative? Like again, because I think mainly it's like very young kids that are going doing this. Do you think that's indicative of the times? Like,
Well, it would be interesting to see what the demographic of this is with America and the rest of the world.
that's true. But I always thought this would be more UK just because the website is .co.uk. But obviously other people can go on it. But I just mean like you'd think.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know if there is an American equivalent of this.
I think I've checked. I can look. I should.
But would you rather American and see what comes up? Because I reckon there's going to be some interesting autocompletes on there. That's annoying. Well, I'm very disappointed at the lack of
Yeah,
amusing
me
results.
too. Yeah, that does suck. Wait. No, it just takes us to whatever that is.
In Master Games. That's for the client journalist to play.
I don't get the reference.
Oh, it's like the Spin Doctors, isn't it? So the
Oh,
government
okay.
recently announced that they're going to prosecute all homeless people for sleeping rough. How can we spin that?
You don't need to spin that. Right. Where are we? Would you rather shoot two innocent Chinese children in the head? In the head. Okay. All right. Or kill one American evil kid with bad grades with a knife. With bad grades with a knife.
I mean, it's got to be the thick American evil child, isn't it? Well, every day of the week here. And do they mean that you've got to stab them to death or the kid has got a knife? Because if he's got a knife and he's stupid and he's evil, it really is a no-brainer, much like the child.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Um, Yeah, because I'm guessing, like, because they've said you have to shoot two innocent Chinese children, that we
They're
kill.
saying you've got to stab or kill them with
Yeah,
a knife. if you've got to kill them with a knife, you could set up some sort of convoluted scenario where they're doing some sort of abseiling or rock climbing and just cut the rope, and then you're killing them with a knife.
Oh, very clever. Very
And then
clever.
you've made it look like an accident, and no one will ever know.
Okay. I feel like that it has to be point blank though.
You got to look them in the eyes and gut them like a fish.
You don't have to gut them fish, but there has to be some sort of eye contact, whether it's like after you rip out the windpipe with the knife, or whether you want to go straight in. When you want to go straight in and just be like, "This is
So
because
you take
you
him
failed
from
maths."
behind, hand over the mouth, slit the throat, and then turn him around and just give him a bit of side eye.
And then be like, "That's because you failed maths." Uh,
I'm definitely going to be shanking the yank either way, I think.
yeah, I just love how this was right. It doesn't matter, like the fact that they're evil isn't enough. They have to have bad grades as well.
Yeah.
Ugh, so stupid.
They're
Yeah,
starting charities and they're failing history.
uh, 22%. Most people would rather kill two innocent Chinese. That's fucking not very nice, is it?
That's what makes me think that there's a large American user base on here, along with I would rather be racist. It's the same people, isn't it? The same people.
In fact, they got the Chinese one first and the racist one after, and they were like, "Well, this is a no-brainer, isn't it?"
Much like those Chinese children that I've just shot in the head. Do you reckon you could line them up like in a row so you've only got to pull the trigger once?
Yeah, you'd have to have a high caliber gun, though, wouldn't you?
And no shortage of those in America, though. So
Yeah, that's again, yeah, fair shout. That would be easier. Yeah, because over here, it'd be much more difficult to get hold of a gun, wouldn't it?
it would, and you'd largely be looking at a shotgun, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that would pepper them. You'd need to get right up close for that.
Probably almost as close as the knife.
Yeah,
I reckon you got to be within a couple of feet to properly blow somebody's head off with a shotgun, if games have taught me anything.
yeah, yeah. If games are accurate, yeah, I think you're probably right.
And then if you get
Uh,
damaged, all you've got to do is eat a burger and you're back to full health again. So happy days.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you just blow this Chinese kid's head off, and then you throw a burger on his corpse, and you're like, "Go on, get better."
You crouch down over him, and then 30 seconds later, he revives as if nothing's happened.
um, this one's probably the worst one we've ever had. Would you rather go on? I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. We're not doing it. I hate it. Um, uh, would you rather drop the soap in front of the rock or get anal
Yep.
by a dragon dildo? Okay, well.
Dildo UK.
Oh shit! These are dragon dildos.
What did you think they were going to be?
I don't know, man, but I did not. I was nice. I thought like maybe just a big dildo, but these are like,
This one down here is inflatable.
where, which?
Oh no, it's a spunk launcher.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is crazy.
Do you know the weirdest one that I've ever heard of is it's called an ovipositor or ovipositor, which is like
Oh,
hollow that's got eggs in that you can then squeeze and put eggs inside yourself.
ovipositor.
Yeah. So it's like this, what you picked up there is the actual insect one, but if you looked for dildo as well, you'd find examples of what I'm
Oh,
talking about.
oh my God, what?
That's some Lovecraftian shit right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. This is
Top row, fifth one, no, sixth one along, looks like it's firing little acorns into you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one's
This is
great.
yeah. This one looks like grapes. This is
Make some minge
crazy.
wine.
Oh my God.
I found out about these things, right? And I've thought if I ever owned one of these, what I would do is just fill it with white paintballs and take it into the office and just paintball people with an alien dick.
uh, what the fuck? What do the eggs do? Do they vibrate or are they they're just
I think
eggs?
they're just jelly eggs, not like
What the
Haribo.
what the fuck?
And the top one there, I noticed it's got a range of different sizes, so you can start small and then work your way up to ostrich.
This
And then
one.
what you could do, I suppose, you could expand it to the size of a snooker ball. You could then use it for the second question.
That's fucked. Is it? I mean, I don't want to kink shame, but whoever's using one of these, just take a good look at yourself.
Oh,
Okay.
it's. Oh, I thought it was legs. I thought the one, if you go down a little bit, there's one that looked like it was a caterpillar. That one there, just in the middle to
Oh,
the
this one?
right. Yeah. I thought why has it got legs as well? But those are the eggs. On Monday,
Apparently.
he was shoved right inside someone, but he was still horny. On Tuesday,
Right, this has turned into something completely different.
it has. This
Um,
is this is turned into what's your fetish.
Also, I don't know if I can. I don't. I'm gonna have to. I might have to blur this to put this on. You probably have to blur this to put this on YouTube. Um.
Blur out the
Okay.
picture, keep the descriptions.
Yeah. That's gonna take a lot of work. Uh. Oh, so they're hollow. So you put your actual like schmeat in it, and then use it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I wonder how much they
That one
cost.
looks surprised there underneath a huge black one because it's got like a little opening underneath, obviously for your nuts, but it just looks like a really surprised Pinocchio.
Oh shit, yeah, for your nuts. I didn't even think about that. I was like, why's that got an opening? Fucking hell.
So you can padlock it on.
What the fuck's this guy doing? Oh my god. Right, okay, let's get back to the game.
You're going to be getting
Um,
some really interesting targeted ads coming up, Sam.
for the whole house as well, because I live in a share house and we share the Wi-Fi.
Is it not logged into your Google profile though?
Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, good
Yeah,
shout,
it's
good
going to
shout.
follow you around then. You'll
Oh
be getting
well.
really interesting things from AliExpress and Wish. So this one, I think, this is again another no-brainer really, because for a start, you've got the technicality of it says the rock and it's all lowercase. So is it just a pebble? In which case, I'll drop the soap in front of a pebble any day. Secondly, I don't think the rock is that way inclined. So again, even if it was Dwayne the Rock Johnson, I'd quite happily drop the soap in front of him because he'd probably just go, "Yo, man, here's your soap, hand it back to me."
Yeah, he
Gigantic
probably.
can.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't think
And
he's
then I don't have to get annulled by a dragon dildo.
yeah, I think yeah, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you on this one because The Rock, I don't think. I mean, until it comes out that The Rock, like, because he's one of those people that's so famous that it might come out sooner or later that he has done something pretty heinous. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, I misheard you and I thought you said something pretty anus.
Oh
Mind you, there
God,
was that song, wasn't there? You can't stop the rock. Maybe they were telling everyone what the situation is.
maybe they were. I mean, because everyone thought Diddy was cool until he did what he did.
Did they?
Anyway, well, I mean, I get. Did they? Yeah, good shout. But then he promotes family values and stuff. Wow, this is the first one that people have agreed with us. 67%.
Because they know that the rock won't give you his cock.
That, or they would prefer the idea of The Rock giving you his cock than being analled by a dragon penis.
They'd rather get gravelled than analled.
Rather get gravelled. Right. Would you rather eat a mole or kill a panda? I'm assuming it's, one of them, the animal, the mole, and not just like
Rather than a
some.
skin thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like someone's frozen off their mole, and now you've got like a bowl of mole kind of cornflakes that you have to eat.
Cheery moles.
Few cheery moles, yeah, yeah. Uh, I'd rather eat the mole, to be fair.
Yeah, because in that one you're outsourcing the death of the mole to somebody else. It doesn't say you've got to be waiting outside the molehill with a spade just to spang it and then throw it in the frying pan.
Sneak,
And
let's try and sneak up on the mole. Um, yeah, and
not
just
a
a
lot of
waste
panda.
of a. Well, yeah, it's a waste of a panda, isn't it? Like if you're not going to eat it afterwards.
Well, it doesn't say you can't eat it afterwards.
Yeah, but I feel like, yeah, that's a good point.
You could euthanize a really poorly old panda and then just have a bit of a nibble. That wouldn't be as bad.
Just nibble on its little panda nipple.
Drop a snooker ball on his panda nipple and then bite his leg off whilst being racist.
Yeah, yeah. Which is obviously, the old joke, perfect for a panda because they're black, white, and Asian. So, but yeah, I think eat the mole. It seems easy. I think killing a panda would you wouldn't be able to do it like in a wrestling match, obviously.
No, I don't think there are very few bears that you could kill with your bare
Yeah,
hands.
yeah,
Yeah,
eat a
I'd
mole.
go for the mole must die.
51, but that's surprisingly.
Surprisingly close. That's the people that wanted to shoot the two Chinese kids.
Yeah, yeah. They just rather kill something than just eat something that's already died. This one again is horrendous. Would you rather force yourself on someone? would you rather rape someone or would you rather get raped? Uh, I'd rather get raped.
Yeah,
I feel like I'd be able to get over that eventually.
with sufficient mind-altering substances and counselling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I feel like let's move on quickly. I don't really like that one. It's not even. It's not even clever in any way.
No.
59% of people. Well, at least most people would rather receive it unless it's some sort of fantasy. Some people have that fantasy, don't they?
Yeah, it's quite a common one, I think.
I was not going to Google it. I was going to Google it. Um,
How many people fantasize about being raped? And where do they live?
yeah, yeah. Where do they live? How would they get that statistic as well? Like people were
Be
putting it up on
victims
this.
in your area.
Yeah, putting it in the census. It's like, is there anything else you need to know for the census? Yeah, my fantasy is to be raped. Or would you rather paper cut your eyeballs or paper cut your entire body, excluding excluding your eyeballs, which is very important, and then jump into the salty ocean?
That is pretty horrendous.
Hmm.
I've had a scratch on my eye before, and that really hurt.
Yeah, me too.
I think from the point of view of the number of paper cuts, it's paper cut your eyeballs. One paper cut per eyeball would suffice for that one.
Oh,
Your entire body, that's like you're looking at millions of paper cuts.
yeah, that's true.
You probably fucking bleed to death from that before you jumped into the ocean.
Oh. Also, is the paper cut across like the iris? You know,
Hmm.
because that makes a big difference. Like if it's on just the whites of the eye, well, that's still gonna fucking kill. But like for some reason, it makes a big difference whether it's gonna be like across my actual pupil.
Yeah, I think if it was across your pupil, you'd be like running the risk of blindness.
Yeah, so it's like go blind in one eye or potentially bleed to death.
Easy choice.
Bleed to death. Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's making my eyes hurt. Think about it though. Yeah, we've had this one before, which I thought was really funny. Would you rather kill a black man with a tiny penis or shag a dog with a large penis?
So are we talking about a micro dildo there?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Beat
It
him to
was
death with a 2 inch cock. It'll take you fucking ages, mate.
exactly. Exactly. My point for this, right, because we did this one before, but my point for this was what if the killing the black man with the tiny penis is a bit of a mercy killing because, he's been walking around his whole life, everyone's expecting him to have a massive schlong, right? And he's like, I've had enough of it because I've got a small penis and
In
it's just
reality, he's really shrink wrapped.
yeah, yeah. So he's like, you're doing him a favor because he's fed up of this blatant racist stereotype, actually, that all black men have big penises.
Popular culture is just mocking him on a daily basis.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He just trains all the time, and like he's got a picture of like Mandingo on his mirror because he's like, one day I'm gonna get you, Mandingo, for what you've done, what you've done to the black society.
Mandingo sounds like the shittest Australian superhero.
Have you not heard of Mandingo?
No.
Have you not? Ah, I have to Google him. Oh, it's a film. Oh, it's a thing as well. I thought it was just a guy with a massive cock, but it's
So
not.
many layers.
I know. A member of a people of Western Africa in or near the Upper Niger Valley. Um,
So the film was produced in 1975, so we know that that is going to be treating it with particular sensitivity.
yeah, yeah. Uh, oh my God, I had no idea. I thought it was just a guy. Because if you type in Mandingo into Pornhub, you just get like guys with absolutely massive cocks.
Who'd have thought that Pornhub wouldn't be educating you on the different races of Africa,
I thought
apart
they were
from
all
one Detroit
inclusive.
arsehole at a time?
Um,
And with shag a dog with a large penis, does that mean that that grants you a large penis?
I think it means the dog has a large penis and it shags you.
So it's poorly worded again.
They all are.
I think we could litigate this into you are suddenly blessed with a table leg.
Do you get to keep it, or does it go away after you've shagged the dog?
Well, I wouldn't do it if I had to give it back.
That's it, is that? That's it. Or would you like it so every time you shag a dog, you've just got a massive penis, and it's like, and then you start just having sex with dogs because it's the only time you feel like a man because you got such a huge piece of.
I'll sort you out in a second, baby. You won't believe the size of what I'm packing. But first, where's your chihuahua?
Oh, you got both of them in bed at the time, like a doggy style threesome. Um, yeah, yeah, it's gotta be the dog, hasn't it?
I think so. I think on like the scale of badness, I think that bestiality is probably less bad than murder. There we go. There's things I never thought I would say because usually I am a fan of murder.
Yeah, but it's just I feel like the guy, the black man with the tiny penis, has already got enough going on without me killing him, you know? So, so stupid. Right. Well, most people would rather shag the dog. So we're changing a bit. It's gone from, clearly rather being racist to, rather having sex with animals. So they are on your team there, Glenn.
Slowly moving back onto team dog fucker.
Would you rather fuck your best friend every morning or fuck your teacher every morning?
I think everyone has had a fit teacher at some point, as long as you could
Hmm.
specify which teacher it was. Would I want to fuck Mr. Coles? Probably not.
Okay, let's specify that it is.
A teacher of your choosing.
No, I was going to say a teacher that's nearing retirement. A female teacher nearing retirement, and your best friend is, I guess, whoever your best friend is. But you're not allowed to be like, well, my best friend is my partner, because that's gay. That's gayer than actually having sex with your best
That
friend
is
every
a
morning.
cop out.
Yeah, yeah.
I think even if it's a teacher nearing retirement, you probably would still go for female teacher nearing retirement just for the bants. So you go,
Yeah.
lads, you won't believe what I did last night.
Fucked Miss Harrison. It's like, oh, ugh. And they're like, oh, catch up, mate. We did that last year. Yeah, I'm with
What
you. It's
was
got
it? Both of us doing it the same night.
to pretty high. Let's ask her. Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be the teacher. Most
Yeah.
people would rather go with their best. I bet most people did cop out though, and were like, "Oh, my partner's my best friend," all that bullshit.
Or a
Um,
lot of people that are on here are lusting after their best friend.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Guys, if any of you are watching this, just ask them out. Just
Make
ask
a
them
move.
out.
What's the worst they can do? Move away to a different city and never talk to you again? Well, yes.
Yeah, they've done you a favor if they do that.
See, you
Um,
went with all of their fucking twittering on about all of the blokes that aren't treating them very nicely.
yeah, yeah.
Won't have
Well,
to
you're
listen
there.
to them and tell you that you can't multitask. Stand up for yourselves.
Stand up for yourselves and try to fuck them. Um, would you rather speak gibberish or speak sleazy French? Same thing.
I was going to leave that one hanging because I had a feeling that you'd go for it. I think Sam would rather have been racist in that last one rather than sexist.
Xenophobic, thank you very much.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies. Uh, speak French. Sleazy or not, at least you're speaking a language that somebody can understand. Can you imagine the difficulty you would have if you had to fucking mime everything out?
Yeah, 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 I agree. Also, just sleazy French is just French, isn't it? Like, and people don't care that it's sleazy because it's French, and people think that's cultured if you speak French.
Yeah, or do they think that you've got to go like full Pepe Le Pew? Oh, mon chéri. Blah, 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 blah. Paint a big white stripe down your back.
When you started doing the sleazy French, it really changed like what you looked like for a second. I was like, oh wow, he actually looks French at the moment. Just from just just from the little bit you did. Yeah, it's got to
That's
be
the
the
level of my Pepe Le Pew impression that I can make myself look like a skunk.
I like the one where he falls in love with a cat. Have you seen that one?
That's all of them.
Oh, is that all of them?
That's the plot of every single Pepe Le Pew is that he falls in love. The cat accidentally gets a white stripe down its back, and then he's off buying, hopping after them.
Oh, is that all of them?
Yeah. I can't think of a single
Ah,
Pepe Le Pew where he isn't trying to get it on with a cat. There may be one episode where it's actually a skunk, but she still doesn't want a piece of him either.
he's like the oh, what's his name? what was that guy? It was also a cartoon, and he was like Johnny Bravo. He's like the Johnny. He's like a French Johnny Bravo, where like they're just not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah,
Bravo is like the Alpha Chad Red Pillar, and
yeah.
Pepe Le Pew was just a Frenchman. So
I don't know what's worse. Right. Yeah, most people would rather speak gibberish, which is crazy.
it's the racists, the Chinese shooting friend fucking racists would rather speak to. I ain't speaking no French.
Speaking no French, I sooner rather fuck my ma. Um, would you rather have sex with James Bond or have sex with Kim Kardashian?
It's a James Bond. You've got your
Oh,
choice
hey.
on that there as well. This is
Oh.
customizable bondage.
Ah, nice. Which James Bond would you go for? If it well, it might be Kim Kardashian, but if it was James Bond, which one would you go for?
Hmm. It wouldn't be Roger Moore.
No. I think
I think
I think
Pierce
mine would.
Brosnan probably would be off the table as well.
Oh, really? I was gonna go Piers Brosnan. I was gonna go. Yeah, he's. I love Piers.
I'd probably go Timothy Dalton just because he didn't get much Bond vag because he was only Bond for one film, wasn't he?
Timothy Dalton. It's
He was in The Living Daylights, I think.
there he is. Oh yes. Yeah, I know. I recognize him now. Oh yeah. What was that? What was that James Bond one where I think the James Bond in it only did one as well or two. I think it was one, but it was basically he was in the mountains at like a resort and he just at night would go around and have sex with all of the women at the resort. Do you remember that one?
Have you been typing James Bond into Pornhub?
No, no, it's true. It's true. I can't remember it. And there was a lot of skiing in it. But there's skiing in almost every Bond film, isn't there? No, I don't know.
I'm not up enough on Bond films. I think there were some that were sort of solely in tropical locations. Do you count water skiing as skiing?
No, I meant like ice and snow. Ice and snow. I guess water skiing is skiing though.
Water planky standing. You don't really do
What?
much with your arms to propel yourself along, do you? But it's like if you had a skidoo pulling you down the mountain. Um, I, as much as it pains me to say, I'd probably go for Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, because she's not unattractive. Um, it's just I
Plus,
think
you
it's
could
just
probably talk her into letting you choke her, and then you get some satisfaction out of that as well.
I think it's just that the envelope that is Kim Kardashian just makes you think, oh, I don't want to go near her, but she is very
Sorry, the
successful.
the envelope that is Kim Kardashian, that's not a euphemism for a fanny, is it?
No, it's not. It could be though. But she looks all right. She looks like that's
So I probably would find her more attractive than any of the James Bonds.
oh, you bastard. Right, there we go. I mean, yeah, it was that or Timothy Dalton. So, who's your favorite Bond though?
I think film-wise, I enjoyed more of Pierce Brosnan's films. He had a good
Yeah.
selection of Bond films in him as well. One of my favourites was the one that Denise Richards was in, which I think is The World Is Not Enough, where she plays scientist Dr. Holly Christmas or some shit. Her surname's definitely Christmas because at the end, when they're having sex, she goes, I thought Christmas only came once a year.
Excellent.
Christmas Jones, that's it. It wasn't quite as terrible as I made it out to be.
I thought Christmas only came once a year. Sounds like something. What's his name would say?
James Bond.
Sean. Sean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's his name? The first James Bond. I can't remember his name. Sean
Oh, Sean
Connery.
Connery, he wasn't the first
Yeah,
one
yeah,
though. I
yeah,
think, was he?
yeah. He was the first James Bond, wasn't
But they've all got those shit lines. There's an in Moonraker where they're shagging in the capsule, and one of us is it Q or M goes, I think he's attempting re-entry.
he? Nice, nice. These are class, mate. I'm gonna have to rewatch them now, just so all the stuff that I've missed. It's Kimmy K then. Kimmy K. 32%. I don't know, man. Would you rather hump a cactus or play leapfrog with a unicorn?
I've seen some videos of people not humping cactuses, but I've seen somebody falling into a cactus patch, or like one of their mates has smacked off the end of one of those Seguro cactuses and it's pierced them, and those spikes are pretty fucking big, man. I don't think I'd go for shagging a cactus.
Oh, look at it. Oh, it's 5 minutes long though. What the fuck?
Doesn't take that long to fall.
Oh, she's riding. Oh no, yeah, she's on a bike. Oh, come on, no. The connection's so bad. Oh, fuck it. It's not worth it.
No.
Um, oh,
I, yeah, I'm definitely leaning towards the unicorn route. Because if you think about it, if you leapfrog it from the back, you're probably going to fail to get over it, but you'd land on the back of the horse, wouldn't you?
yeah, yeah.
Only a maniac would try and leapfrog a unicorn from the front.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, if you're leapfrogging it from the front, you have to grab hold of the horn in order.
To get the momentum to get up in the air.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's got to be from the back, hasn't it? You've got to clear quite a distance. What's the length of a horse?
Your fucking search history today. Dragon dildos, ovipositor dildos. What's the length of a horse? Can a horse wear a hollow dildo?
So a horse is 2.4 meters in length, but then you've got to account for the fact that the horn is probably, I don't know, another foot, which is what? What's a foot to a meter? It's 12
It's about a third of
centimeters.
a meter.
Yeah. Yeah, foot's 12 inches, which is 24. So that'd be 2.64 meters. Yeah, you're not clearing that. Not
You'd have to
even
have some sort of Olympic level
yeah,
piggybacking to clear that much of a horse.
yeah, yeah. Be the pommel unicorn instead of the pommel horse. Haha, fucking genius, Sam. Genius. I'm gonna use that in my act. Um
Sure, it will come up organically in a set one day, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's the leapfrog. It's gotta be. It's gotta be the leapfrog. Oh, this one's pretty good. And we'll make this the last one as well. Would you rather die in a fire or die on a plane?
This is a tricky one because I think in a way they could both be over quite quickly, or
Mm,
they could be drawn out, incredibly traumatic affairs. So if we look at die in a fire, most people that die in a fire die of smoke inhalation. If you die of smoke inhalation, you're not going to be there for conscious in your body for when you turn into a crispy suckling pig ready for a pork pull. And die on a plane, you can have a heart attack and die on a plane.
it's true.
However, you could also avoid the smoke, fail to get out of the building, be roasted alive slowly, or burned to death you know, like the dude that decided to immolate himself outside of Trump's trial. Or all the engines could fail on a plane miles from anywhere, and you can be in for a free fall from 40,000 feet, knowing that you're going to die for however long that's going to take until you smash into the ground. You could always combine the two. You could be on a plane, in the plane crash, survive the crash, and then burn to death in your seat because you can't get out.
Let's go with
Buy insurance, folks.
That'll save you. Let's go with the last thing that you said, that you know it's coming, but you're going down in the plane and you're going to die. And with the fire, let's go with that it's like well ventilated, so the smoke doesn't get you, but the fire does.
In that case, I think I'd go for the accepting the inevitability of my death on a falling plane rather than being burned alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because although you could be longer on the falling plane than you would be if you were burning to death, I think when you do die, it's going to be lights out.
Yeah, I think you're right. Or could you imagine, like so the plane crashes and then you wake up briefly, and then the last thing you see is like
Somebody shooting 2 Chinese kids in the head.
and you're like, they were innocent. Why didn't you go for that guy? He's so bad at maths. Yeah. Yeah, die. It's got to. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's got to be die. Cause burning alive, like I've burnt myself before, like just on a hot oven, and that was like 20 minutes of searing pain because obviously I didn't run it under the tap for long enough, even though I should have done. But
And so you kept your hand in contact with the oven for 20 minutes.
no,
Why is
you get
this
the
so hot?
afterburn.
Ow!
Yeah. You get the afterburn though, don't you? You get the
Yeah, kills for ages.
yeah,
I
yeah.
burnt myself really badly once on some mushy peas. I was working in Chippy and I took the mushy peas out of the microwave and there was like this little ridge around the outside of the plate. And as I pulled it out, it hit the edge and tipped and it poured like on my hand here, all round here. And I had like dragon skin after it had started to heal. Like it was all one massive blister. It was fucking agony.
Fucking hell. If you'd spilt it on your penis, you could have sold your cock as a dragon dildo.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, yeah, that sounds painful. What, so was it? It sounds no. So you didn't. You got it from actually having the mushy peas on your skin, rather than
Yeah,
like being.
not for,
Yeah, yeah,
not for long. I immediately ran and washed it off, but it was so, you know, like with microwaves, you can superheat water beyond its boiling point.
yeah.
It was one of those. It was full on hotter than the surface of the sun, sticky, fucking mushy peas.
Oh, fucking hell. It's like when you bite it, you can't wait, and you bite into pizza, and then it just ruins the top of your mouth, and you're like, ah, well, that's the rest of
That's
the
me
pizza
tasting
ruined.
anything for the rest of the week. Gone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay, yeah. So imagine that. Imagine that, but all over your body. So your body can't taste anything for the rest of the week. That'd be
Covered
shit.
in scalding hot penis.
Right, die on a plane. We'll see what people have said. Wow. Most people would rather burn to death. I don't
There you
know,
go.
man.
So people are weird.
People are weird. People are weird.
And I
Right,
think it's quite interesting that none of those had any comments on them at all. But in order to leave a comment, you had to log in with some sort of attributable ID rather than pretending that you were called Dan Rather or Anonymouse.
yeah, we had. What was there another? Oh, Anonymous. Oh, what you were saying. There was a guy the other day when I did it with oh fuck, Callum Gorish, who was called Wayno, and he had some good ones as well. I was hoping to see some Wayno ones today. I go, Wayno's the real MVP when it comes to would you rather's, but no luck. We just
Can you
got
search it by
Dan.
the person that's contributed it? Or is it just a completely random thing every time?
I think it's just a. Yeah, we might be able to if you sign in, but I never sign because you can sign in or you can submit a question or whatever. I've never submitted a question because I'm lazy. But yeah, that's been Would You Rather. Have you got anything that you wanna promote?
Yeah, if you wanted to see me spout more unintelligible, sometimes funny shit, you can find me last Sunday of the month at the Four Horsemen in Bournemouth and the first Sunday of the month at Zephyr, also in Bournemouth, because I'm far too lazy to be traveling when I'm hosting shows.
That's the best thing about it. I think when you can get home before like 11 o'clock. Ugh.
It is good. That's one of the reasons that I love even going up to follow, because it's such an early start. Be
Yeah,
back home at 11.
it's a beautiful thing. It almost brings a tear to my eye thinking about it. Yeah, okay, thanks, Glenn. Thanks. I've had fun.
Yeah, it's been good. Cheers, man. Thank you.
No worries, man. Have a wonderful evening.
Okay.
See you later, man.
See you. Bye bye.